think only thief was trying to cover their face and rob someone, they will cover themselves with masks. But in every country we need now, do you agree?
Hello.
Mask has become something that if
是不是好了？这网是不是好了？我的发型怎么了？我刚刚很暴躁，我刚刚一直在这样，这样很烦，你们知道吗？谁懂啊？
even in some countries,
我想今天赶快把这课给上了，这课很长，又臭又长的。我要赶快把它上。
None of us predicted that when it happened way back in 2020.
它是新加坡口音啊，我别嘲笑好吗？
Not be just one
虽然不是很标准，但是人家英语很好。
Like 1, 2 months, 3 months, isolated to one country. We heard about it from Wuhan, and before we know it, it became a global pandemic. And I don't think anyone would have predicted.
你们有没有听到？你们有没有听到老师刚刚说武汉？你们有没有听到？他说疫情，武汉，是吧？这你们能听得到就行了 ，OK。他经常会说一些中文的，我们老师都会说中文的。对，他在说 COVID-19。
That it will last 2 years or more.
他在说因为疫情，然后这个市场如何改变。对，他是新加坡华人。
Till now, nobody can tell whether it's going to get better or worse. We just got 1,000 over cases right in the newspaper. That tells us the new variant is coming in. So, do you agree that one thing about marketing environment is we need to keep track of it? We need to monitor it. Okay, so just the concept here, the students here. Can I ask you, have you all learned how to use the online databases in our FM library? Factiva, that's one of them. Passport Gimit, or it's called Passport, or Business Source Premier. Have you heard of this? Yes or no? Not your head, shake your head. Who has learned to use it before? Anyone? Nobody? Okay. Because you are required to learn to use this. It's going to come in really, really useful for your degree level. Because I asked the same question, and in the end, a lot of students say they don't know about it. So I will run a briefing of how to use it. And in the end, a lot of them, why did no one taught us how to use it? When it has been around for that long, and as long as you're SIM student, you have access to this database, which is a paid account that SIM has already paid for you. So we are going to get you to learn to use this. Okay? Learning to understand the environment. The other thing is we also want to teach you a bit of market research, which is actually last topic. Market research requires you to actually do research, read newspapers. Factiva is one place we are going to teach you to go. Not read papers every day, I'm sure that will work, but to get you to actually learn research for it, but in a more efficient way of finding information in it. Okay? So next lesson, very important, we'll teach you all this. It's going to help you for CA2 as well. Okay? So the market environment, what's happening? The latest, of course, we all know. The COVID situation is something we cannot ignore.
CA2 是我们7月下旬的一场考试没有，我在看老师给我们一张表，上面写的 COVID-19 就是对新加坡人的一个影响。给你们念念啊，我加速了。他说，75%的人担心他们的家庭，91%的人每天都会查一次新闻，44%的人，花费大多数时间在网上游戏上，72%的人在计划着疫情好了之后的一个旅行计划。30%的人在买他们的健康保险，太搞笑了。就是在说那个。
Do you agree that some products it's not true that the COVID situation is negative impact on everything?
太搞笑了这都。
Okay, on the chat, can anyone tell me which are the industries that's badly affected in the last 2 years by the COVID situation? Negative impact, major negative impact, and now it's getting slightly better. Not fantastic yet, but slightly better. Which was one that very badly affected? Direct impact of political changes in the environment. Why? Due to the COVID. What happened? Okay, nobody typed in anything. Come on. I noticed when I was signing in the attendance, that those
负
online
面
are
影响。
mostly my online students. Can you please go on Kaltura and sign in? Yes. Which one?
我在好好上课啊，但是他没有在讲重点，
yes,
他一直在讲
tourism
扩
market.
展的东西。
Or travel definitely. Airline, all these very badly affected. Why? It wasn't because of the coronavirus directly. It was because of political changes due to this. What are the political changes during many countries in order to try to control and hope to keep it from spreading? They actually closed all the borders. Remember? So very negative impact. And guess what? Some countries have released, but some countries has closed the borders still. Which countries? I think the one most badly affected right now, still affected very badly, is China, Hong Kong, because they are still going for zero, curbing the coronavirus. They are actually going for quarantine at home. And because they're quarantined at home, what happens? Everybody had to work from home and play from home. So in the end, what's the impact? Not always negative, right? It became positive impact for the computer business. Because everybody is forced to go online shopping instead of shopping physically. Everybody was forced to work from home, so we have to learn to use Zoom. We've been around for a long time, but we picked it up, right? So do you notice that these are the kind of research we need you to do? Not just give me common sense answer. Real data, so that you can prove that you have done your research. So we know that there are all the research information out there. What are the information that tells us, this is the latest trend that's going to happen, and it's doing well. So do you notice like Netflix? I think it's been around for a while, but it became extremely popular. I think it went up like 300% during that period when everybody couldn't go out, so no choice, everybody stay home. And in the end, everyone went on to Netflix, subscribed, liked it, and it became the hottest entertainment for the family. Because it is the safest, right? So do you agree that some had positive, some had negative impact? So what we need you all to do is identify in the CA1, which is which belongs to political, which belongs to economic, which belongs to social cultural, which is technological, and tell us positive or negative impact and why this is happening. So that you can justify why certain products are doing well, certain services are not. Right, so tourism is not that you
疫情哪有什么？这个疫情哪有什么？那个好的影响？没有啥好的影响啊，说实话，感觉全都是坏的影响。让我看一下啊，可以多休息些。对，除了发展互联网之外，我觉得就是说。医疗，国家可以对传播性。我看到了，我看到了。对哦，你们说的对，但是我就是没有为这些想过，我只想了自己。感觉对我们48也没有什么特别好的发展，就开展不了线下。
Don't want to travel. Honestly, we are all starting to travel.
对自己也没什么好
But
的。
this is a good time to travel. Why? I went to Bangkok. They are not getting many customers. We brought my daughter because she got bored of shopping. Brought her to Dream World. No queue at all. Not like your Universal Studio. So you go during a time where it's very quiet and people are just picking up. It's actually better because you do get more good services for everywhere, and hotel is cheaper, accommodation is cheaper, the airfare is cheaper. But now, guess what? It has gone up 2 times. From the time I booked it, now it's doubled, and then everything, once demand goes up, you learn economics, you'll find that the price starts shooting up. So if you do your research well, you agree you can be a smarter consumer? You can take advantage of some of this, and maybe limited budget still can get a lot of things done. Right, understand? So research is what we need to do. So they are noticed that products that are doing well, of course all the hand sanitizers, the cream, the multivitamins, everybody became conscious. But the ones that are badly affected were the travel business. Okay, but besides the travel business, do you agree that, do you notice that for some businesses, there was, during the initial stage, this was way back in 8th of April, they already started doing research. So we want to teach you how to do research from bodies like AC Nielsen, which is actually a research company, or go to this online database called Passport. So next lesson, end of lesson, we'll be doing that. So do bring your laptop if you have not been doing, and learn to sign on. Okay, but before you do that, I remind you, there is an online, you have to have an account. Okay, I need you all to go and check whether the account works. Okay, because if I showcase to you how it's done and your account doesn't work,
真的会有像我这么认真上网课的吗？根本就没有，各位，只是因为我现在在直播，然后呢，我就是说假装我在很认真看着屏幕，其实这些全是有点废话，其实也不是废话，就是它考试的点啊，考试的点呢就是那么几个点，但是它就会延伸到很多别的地方去，但是我呢是那种只听重点的。谢谢小夏银话，你看我已经早早的就是把四个重点已经罗列出来，结果他半天没有讲到这4个点，你看没？然后我就是一直在听他就是一些进行扩展，但是因为我现在直播，然后我的粉丝们说好好听课，好好听课，然后我就说好，那我只要盯着屏幕，然后你们就觉得我的好听的课了吧？谢谢小夏的礼物。是啊，这老师讲的确实不错，我们老师讲的都很不错，只是你想我经历了这么多场考试。我以前是听得津津有味的，现在就真有点不是那么津津有味了。
Try to get it done by next lesson, okay?
谢谢
So
每天都要
all
考
I
试。
need you to do is now, can you all go to our Google? Test out whether you can sign in. Can you all do that now? So we go to choose, because that's going to affect next lesson. So we go to, let me see, which one should I go to?
晚上好。一个都听不懂。
Never mind. Go to this.
有没有可能他可能就是说的有点那个？现在
Okay, can you go to SM Library for me and see if you can go open your account? If you can't, I need you to go and solve it. SM Library. Let me open my SM Library. Choose SM Library.
靠近吧，好吗？咱。他要给我们看，来，快进，快进，快进，快进，快进！这是录播，咱就是说可以快进哈。我还有一节课呢，这是一节课，还有一节课，好烦，真烦。City of star, are you shining just for me?
They already predicted. We will move from stage 1.
哦，救命！
On to
我们老师在给我们看我们学校的那个 library， 就是一些 resources。谢谢樱花豆腐的礼物，就是在给我们看一些资料。
lesson for today.
表
because this
格
is not
就是疫情之前和疫情之后的一些人们对于一些东西的变化，比如说购物啊，比如说怎么，反正就略
done today. It's supposed to be
刚
done
刚
next
随便
lesson.
看了一
All
眼
right. Okay, so
你看电影、买衣服、家具、电器，就是这种。
we'll teach you how to use this database, because at the end of the day, what's the point? The point is for us to find out, okay, at which stage are we in? And you notice that even way back in March 2020, they already predicted we will move from stage 1 to stage 2 to stage 3, okay, to stage 4. And in Singapore, in some countries, they are still doing quarantine living. But in Singapore, we have learned to live a new normal, okay? But
听到了吗？听到了吗？有没有人听到刚刚那句话？他说新加坡现在已经生活正常了，但是对于一些国家呢，还在进行一个隔离。这就是在说我们吧。不过我们现在已经好多了，我们已经没有隔离了。
agree that they had to react and respond to the change in the environment. Otherwise, some businesses literally collapse. Okay, so what did they do? Okay, in order to improve. So let's watch 1 or 2 videos of new.
但是哥，我还是要跟大家说一下啊，我觉得no，我是可以理解的，因为我们的国家人口比较多。
Services or products.
我能理解。
That I think it's still going to
支持
today. Because it becomes a new business venture for them, a new service they can introduce. In the past, they only entertain walk-in customer. Now they can do it differently. Okay, so let's take a look at new product development and the
真的，我真理解。
So let's do this video. I'm not showing the whole video. I'm just showing part of it. Okay, to help you understand CA2.
So today is the day I'm finally trying food from the outside world after 7 days of making my own food. COVID-19 has forced us to be our own chefs at home, but sometimes you really miss the food that is made by people who can actually cook. Since circuit breaker measures came into place, restaurants have been forced to close their dining areas and innovate, introducing new menu offerings for takeaway and delivery. But can you get the
老师在跟我们分享一个 YouTube 的视频。
A 2 Michelin-starred French restaurant, Saint Pierre, has created a virtual restaurant
是中文吗？
through video conferencing at Zoom. Vendors can enjoy an 8-course meal while interacting with other guests and the chef.
刚刚有
The
个
8-course omakase-style bento box consists of high-quality
好吃
Japanese ingredients, together with cheeses and dessert. Our restaurant staff
我不是
members
新加坡
delivers
的
the
哦
premium bento box to your house
我
in
是
2 hours
中国
for
人
the virtual restaurant experience. When the box arrives, you're
我
instructed
是
to keep
浙
the
江
bento
宁。
box in the fridge
哦，你
until
是
it's
新加
ready
坡
to be consumed.
什么？你是新加坡？你是新加
And
坡
of course, the
人？
meal begins with an introduction from the chef.
谢谢西兰
A
花飞到
minimum
你。
of 15 people is required for the virtual restaurant experience, but Chef Emmanuel Ono Saint Pierre has made an
头发
exception
真
for
的好
me.
丑。
How much is the in-dining experience at St. Pierre kind of replicated through this virtual experience?
Well, first of all, it's Dina's idea. I have to give her all credit for it. What she said to me, she said, how can I recreate St. Pierre's experience without compromising quality? So imagine you're in a house, how can you be
你好。
as good as St. Pierre?
你好啊，
You don't have to
我是
cook,
蒋淑
you have
婷
your own sauce. That's
我
why
正在
we
上
brainstormed
无聊的网
about
课。
it. For me, my point was I needed everything to be cold and ready to be eaten.
谢谢樱花
Not
豆腐。
compromise on any kind of flavors.
我的额头怎么这么的光亮呀？谁能跟我说一下呢？怎么会这么光亮呢？
Recipe to bring different results.
St. Pierre being a 2 Michelin-star restaurant.
没有，我这是在那个
When people order
出油了吗？
from us, they would have certain expectations.
我怎么？
And so for us
怎么跟我爸一样？我爸是光头，然后他那个额头就经常很油。
expectation as close as possible.
So whatever you see into your box, if you talk about really high-end ingredients, still the same style of cooking. I said, okay, let me design the dish. Get me the boxes and we will repeat it to see to making sure that it fits and
And we tried various permutations, and then this was what we came up with. We had quite a few trials. Like first we tasted the dishes, then we
孙雨珊
we drove all around
孙雨
Singapore
珊
with boxes going up and down. And
想
making
你
sure
吗，
that
蒋淑
the
婷
food wasn't-？
我想你啊，宝，我真的很想你。我想他呀，我刚刚上网课的时候，我一直在想他呢。这就叫心有灵犀吧。
and like shift. And so when you open it up, it looks the way it should be plated. So we went through quite a lot of
真的。
all these test runs before we actually.
真的真的，
Now
一起来上课吧。
Since Singapore closed its borders, tourism has declined and hotels have had to
And then you can choose your delivery.
对不起，我真要快进了，宝，真要快。
Our mixes, it's really fresh. This is exactly how we bake our cakes. We don't add in preservatives. We know that you're going to be stuck at home, you're gonna cook at home, and you're probably gonna eat it in 2-3 days. Every day we can handle
house and actually don't know whether the COVID situation get worse, right? So do you agree these are great new product ideas? Okay, to me, I feel that
What
it's
about
good, because at the end of the day, do you agree that these ideas actually allow you, all right, to be able to continue to offer this? So in the past, like for the bakery business, you tend to provide fresh bakery stuff, and because even if they allow people to step in and eat at the restaurant or come in and buy, do you agree that this can be a good takeaway? All right. So instead of having freshly baked, you can actually have a DIY pack that you can do at home. Very simple, all ingredients are packed together, instructions are given.
就是说，我跟大家说一下，我为了就是先一边上课一边跟大家互动呢，我就跟他参与一下话题啊。就是现在这个疫情呢，导致很多人就变成了一个大厨，在家自己倒腾吃的喝的。通过这个疫情学会了很多菜的人扣1。怎么什么谁都要扣下1是吧？我可不信啊！我可不信这么多人都学会了做菜，就我一个人还不会做菜。就我一个人，我这个疫情学会了用洗衣机，还学会了用烤箱，还学会了用对，我还会煎牛排我都忘了。但是煎的这个牛排好不好吃就另提了。但是我觉得我有这个勇气已经超越了很多人了，对吧？世界上还有很多人都牛排都不会煎呢。一定有很多人。
And you can bake your own freshly made homemade pie, cake, whatever for your loved one. How about the Michelin star restaurant?
对，我做过很多。意面其实我以前就会。
You can let people take away, and you can do a virtual Zoom session instead.
我才懒得听你的。
I'm still afraid to go out, okay, because of the COVID situation. Do you agree that this is another possible new product and service you can offer? And it can be a long-term business even after the COVID is over. It's a new product, a new service, a great idea. That's the kind of things we're talking about. Okay? Alright, we don't know whether the COVID situation will get better or it will get worse. We don't know what the government is going to introduce next. Do you agree this becomes great new service or product ideas you can introduce? Alright, so this is what we are talking about in terms of new product concept. Okay? So, new products is not just food, okay, during the COVID situation. Do you agree that any new target market can be served as well? So, all along you are serving the, let's say for example, during the COVID situation, the target market, you notice, targeting at young people. Do you think that maybe for IKEA, for example, can they consider serving the elderly market and come up more furniture products that are good for the elderly? Maybe they can adapt certain products they have to suit the elderly market. Do you agree that this is what we call identifying new possible ideas? So a new segment of the market is possible. Potential consumers you can go after because they are growing bigger. So this is another possible concept. Alright. So a good example is, the PMDs, the personal mobility device, the one that is a scooter. Do you agree that you adapt it, they now adapt it and be able to become a PMA, personal mobility aid for the elderly? So what they did was, instead of having 2 wheels, they now have 4. Instead of having, a standing or small seat, they now have a bigger seat. All the motor and the engine device is exactly the same, but you modify the look and feel of the whole product so it suits our elderly better. But what if I change it and go after the small children? Then do you agree I may modify look and feel of the whole product, the whole design, but we still use the same motor? That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Okay, so new target market is another possibility, and what you do is you identify what are their needs and wants. When you do that, do you agree that you can then figure out what are the features you should include, what should you exclude, what should you take out, what should you put in, and to meet the needs and wants of the customer. So this will be covered in topic 3. All about needs and wants of customers and consumer behavior. When you go on to do a degree in marketing, it will be one whole module by itself. This thing called consumer behavior. Okay? Then, next is, what do they want? One means that yes, the basic needs are the same, but do you agree that you need not offer one design? Do you think it's a good idea if you have different colors, different variety, different sizes, different look and feel? Those are more wants. The basic need is the same, but the wants can be different. So we do one year, if you can, don't introduce one model, maybe 3 or 4 models. Slightly different variety for people to pick and choose. So that way you can also vary your pricing. Okay? So needs and wants is what we're going to cover in a lot more detail when you are talking about consumer behavior topic 3. Okay? Do you agree, like housing also, we have so many variety of choices. Like a condo is not just any apartment, it has more things. That's why it costs more. Alright, that's why there is a lot of differences in the pricing of the product. So this is what we are going to move into in detail. But at the end of the day, pricing is important. You cannot price too high. Demand, okay, too high, people may not feel it's worth paying for. So we are going to test out one product now, whether you think it's too high, is it worth paying for it, okay? Because at the end of the day, do you agree that if economy is not doing well, that's economic environment, recession is happening, and income is not increasing, inflation is going up. I don't have a lot of money to spend. I will think carefully how I spend, right? Then there are certain things I say not worth paying for it. Certain things I think is still worth paying for because I need it. So you got to find the right price, okay, which is something we'll teach you. Okay, so what the choices we have is related to that. So that's called demand. And at the end of the day, there's no such thing as creating a new demand. There has always been there, just that it has changed over the years. Alright? Entertainment, leisure has always been there. Drinks has always been there. But yet, the different generation, they are looking for different things. Like my daughter is always bubble tea. Okay, first choice is always bubble tea. We went to Bangkok also must try Thai milk tea, matcha tea, all those that relates to. And I went to the store a bit late. They say no more bubble. I bought the drink. She said that's no point buying tea with no bubble in it. Okay, because to her it must have all this extra ingredient because it makes the bubble tea taste better. So do you agree that the needs and wants have always been there? It's just your ability to differentiate and identify. Like for example, when it comes to food, anyone recognize plant-based food?
对，我在听他的那个珍
Some
珠
people，are spending a lot of money. In
我
fact,
喝
it's
奶
more
茶也喜欢
expensive
加珍珠
than，meat that is from animals.
不然没有灵
If you
魂。
make meat from plants, it costs more. Then why are people spending money on this? Maybe it has something to do with social cultural trends. Everybody is getting more green conscious, everybody is more concerned about health, everybody is reading up more and understanding that, meat is actually not healthy compared to plants. So if you want to eat meat that tastes like meat but yet is made from plants, it might be better. So because of this trend towards what we call vegetarian or vegan, and not everybody is catching the trend, maybe one small segment. this is the kind of people who will actually go and snack and take the trouble to buy the right type of snack. No McDonald's, okay? No middle of the night supper, but they're very careful and very controlled in their diet. So you need to understand your
这是
consumer.
新加坡英
Okay?
语。
So we need you to go into looking at and analyzing all this next lesson. Alright? Okay, then yeah. Other thing, of course, is the 4 P's, right? Remember what the 4 P's are? Product, price, place, promotion. Okay, we are going to do a poll, so I hope all of you have signed online. We are going to do a poll on the Kaltura. So you have not gone into Kaltura, I need you to go in, because we are going to get you to take a look at this example and identify who is the target market and whether we can poll on the Kaltura.
在说啥呢？大家？去，这个，就这样。promotion， advertise， personal。Publicity. Where to sell your product? Where to sell your product? 我们刚刚老师在表扬宜家这个产品，什么产品？这个品牌。他说：“你们有没有觉得宜家这个地方永远开在一个很偏僻，永远不会开在市中心呢？因为他要找一个很大的地方，然后呢，让顾客花费1天的时间在那里面，然后能让他们买到所有他们想要的东西，所以就需要一个很大的一个地方租。What is how much your product is going to cost? 啊？是吧？今天一节课前45分钟，老师一直在讲宜家。
So you have not gone into Kaltura, and you go in because we are going to get you to take a look at this example and identify who is the target market and whether they are likely to be the one who will buy the product. Okay, so target market means who are we going after? Alright, so let's try that because that's topic 4. And identify what called value proposition. What is value proposition? Well, yes, some people are very stingy. They won't spend a lot of money. But do you agree there are some products where I will say, I think I would spend more rather than less. Because the more I spend, the better the features, the higher the quality. I don't always go for the cheapest product out there because the quality may not be good. That's called value proposition. Does your product offer good value proposition? Okay, so we'll discuss that by introducing a little bit of this. And at the end of the day, what do you need to do? You're required in your CA2 to design the product, the price, the place. A little bit of promotion at the place itself is required in your project. Okay? And promotion, we don't have time to cover in detail before the submission. So it's only product, price, and place. Okay? Promotion will be 10.
What? What is perceived value? What is perceived value? What is perceived value?
tested in CA3. Okay, and at the end of the day, we want you to learn, okay, to convince me I'm the CEO of your company. Is that particular product you're thinking of introducing really worth the value? If I do invest in this product and create it, can I really earn money from it? That's the kind of scenario we are looking at. Okay? Clear? Alright, so we call this perceived value. Because if customers like a product, do you agree that they will advertise for you? Literally, they will tell people how great the product is and show it off. And they may sign on for all your membership program because they want to come back and buy more. That's the kind of marketing we are looking at. Okay? Okay, so we are going to test out by looking at how this is going to work in terms of exchange. We are going to show you just one short video, this Samsung Fold one, but I won't do it as a class activity, but I just do it as an activity here. So, okay, Samsung Fold was introduced, Galaxy Fold, the first one, was introduced in September 18, way back in 2019. Okay, they have come up with new versions. Okay, so let me just show you a little bit of the Samsung Fold and Samsung Flip. Okay, and then you tell me, is it worth buying? Okay, so we're going to do some look at this by just looking at short video introduction of this Galaxy, the latest Galaxy Fold. Okay. Alright, let me play.
Until folding glass changed the game, which is why Galaxy Z series takes the mobile experience to the next level.
We want to show what you can do with these two amazing devices.
Because once you experience them, you won't go back. Let's take a look at Z Fold 3. Folded is a powerful Galaxy smartphone, and unfolded, it's got a 7.6-inch pixel-perfect AMOLED Infinity Flex display.
是老师那边卡。
Did you feel that?
I know, right? Now watch this. Dynamic AMOLED, 2x super smooth 120Hz display, up to twice as fast as most 60Hz mobile screens. On the cover screen and the main screen, this is educative.
感觉还是华为比较好，没同感的。
Lots of the most popular apps are optimized for Galaxy Z series. And with multi-views enhanced layout, you can see even more content within a single app. Oh. And behind the screen, a
wow.
its flex mode, so it can sit on its own at any angle, from 75 to 115 degrees.
Not that you can use it hands-free.
Same here. And another new feature I'm loving, it's the first foldable device that's S Pen compatible. Smooth, responsive, with a softer, adjustable tip. Taking
还有59减35分钟，那是几分钟？59减35，还有24分钟。然后呢，我只要2倍速。等一下啊，我微信回他一下。我跟我妈说家里的网怎么这么差呢？
Wait for what the camera can do. In flex mode, it's like having a tripod. Perfect for selfies with no shake. Gorgeous. Like always, I can preview the shot here.
And I can move on across the screen too. It's just like a mirror.
That's your preview.
2重奏。那个我们老师那边的网比较差，他录的有点差。快进就好了啊，这快进就好。好了。
Okay, I think I have to off the video first. Okay, forgot to pause it. Okay, so It is how much? I think $2,000 to $3,000. Okay, much more expensive than the iPhone. Okay, so let's do a little poll for change. Alright. Target market. Who do you think A, B, C, D is likely to purchase this product? Okay, so let's go. Sorry, wrong one. Pauline, let's go. A, B, C, D. Can I get everybody to please join me? And I hide this a little bit. A is for students, B for businessmen, C for salesmen, D for taxi drivers. Okay, who do you think would be most likely to buy the Galaxy Fold? Okay, what's the Galaxy Fold? The one that can open up from a mobile phone into a tablet. You can use 3 apps at the same time, and there's all these additional features. And it costs about now 2,880.
肯定有一个会需要选的。
Okay. First time they introduced it was really high lah. Okay, now they brought the price down slightly. Okay, so it's now I think the slightly cheaper version is 1,888.
不对。
They seem to like the 888 concept. Okay, so who do you think is the best target market for this product? Someone who thinks that it's worth paying for. People like you, students, yes?
No.
You like to play games, yeah? Okay.
太贵了，不买。
spend a lot of
学生肯定不买，反正我是学生，我不
You
买。
like to take beautiful pictures? Would that be a good target market?
而且我对这个那个没什么需求，就是可以弯的那个叫什么？可以折叠的屏幕没什么。
Or do you think it's likely to be businessmen? Salesmen? All these are likely target market because do you agree that having a phone like this allows them to function in their workplace? Okay, so I need you to identify the target market. So this is sometimes the way I summarize this activity.
没有。
Okay, though I will have more activities.
到底啥呀？
Okay,
半天不说答案。
to see whether you understand the concept. Okay, so what makes this different is simply that it allows you to convert the mobile phone into a tablet, and you can do more with it. The screen is bigger. You can see 3 apps at the same time. There's stronger battery life. All these things are one of the reasons why it's so good. Okay, so let's see how many respond. That's why you have to go on Kalkula, right? Okay, 67% responded. A lot of you, 67% responded. A lot of you choose B.
你看吗？最多的人 choose B 吧。
Look at price alone. At that kind of price, do you agree that not many of us can afford? Secondly, yeah, students, if you give me free, I'll take. But you ask my parents to pay for this. I'm gonna have a hard time convincing them. If I work part time, I'm gonna work very many months before I can earn that kind of money. Right? So many of us, in terms of value proposition, not that worth it lah, huh? But for a businessman, it's quite possible that they will go for it. Because for businessmen, you agree that they will be out on the road all the time. They will need to have 3 apps open in order to, like monitor all their meetings, people send messages to them, they will do discussion. It's good to have one device that can do everything and it can last very long. And they can well afford it. But think about it, salesmen also possible. Why? If I'm a property agent, do you agree that I need so small properties, things like that, I go and meet clients outside.
妈妈，我刚刚叫你，你咋没回我呀？哦，没事，我在直播。对啊，我在一边学习一边直播，给我粉丝展现我很努力的样子。你咋没回我微信啊？我在直播，我没有啊。那我们去医院之前做呗。我们去礼拜一，明天不能明天不行吗？哦。那我们待会儿去做24小时的呀。
那等会在半夜再出去做啊？
啊。
不差这一天吗？
啊！可是我牙疼，我不能吃冰的，好难受。而且你明后天可能没空啊，你可能有事啊。你呀？
我后天4点钟有事啊。
哦。
后天4点钟有事。
还以为明天能看牙呢。我先把这课上了。啊， 烦呀！是哦，努力嘛。我们是一节课很长时间的，那个我要说什么来着？我为什么啊？你们听见我妈妈说话吗？什么？你说话吧，我妈离这么远。好尴尬呀！我的意思是我那个舒适达一点用也没有，各位，我买了3只舒适达，一点用也没有。我在上海买了个舒适达，我去中心住了1天，买了1只舒适达，然后我去广州当天买了一个舒适达，买了3只舒适达，3乘以45等于120多。120多块钱就花在了这牙膏上，一点用也没有，气死我了。对啊，很贵的啊，135。这是重点吗？重点是我牙没有被修好，这是重点吗？生气。
I can show them immediately the location.
125和135就差个10块钱，说明什么？说明你们就是生活中就是有一点小抠门的人，然后就是这10块钱都是这种斤斤计较的。像我的话，我这10块钱我就是可以就是说一个不用 care。
How beautiful it is.
继续上课
Google Map and show them a lot of things that are around it. I can do a lot more. And yes, it is a bit more expensive, but I can earn the money back if I have all this at hand all the time. So I actually will identify C and not.
恢复状态。
In fact, having a tablet will probably distract them and get them into trouble. And they can't afford it. Students would love to have it if your parents are very rich and give you.
确实。
But it's too expensive. Do you agree? As well as not just businessmen. So I present it for. Most people choose businessmen. I know because you think price is too high. Only they can afford it. But actually, the one who use it more, salesmen.
卡了，各位，我跟你们说
The one with more number of consumers who can buy this product, I will go for salesman. Okay?
各位，我跟你们说对，他居然是 C 呀，居然不是 businessman 哎。就是老师说了，为什么 salesman 喜欢用这个华为，就是可以3个 app 一起同时那个，因为它是推销的时候能给客户展现更多的东西，在一个界面，对吧？所以老师说了，是 salesman 买的最多。这就没考虑到这些啊。
Alright, good. Let's try the next one. Let's try the next one.
因为华为不卡，什么华
？Of the Samsung phone. Okay? So we need you when you identify all the features. ，at the end of the day, it's not listing all the features that count. It is what benefit does it offer. So, if the key feature I'm going to focus on is this fact that it is a very big dynamic screen. It's much bigger than normal phone, and the display is not going to be to read and all that. Which one do you think are the key features that matters most? Okay, so which would you promote as the key feature?
D,
A,
D, D, D,
B,
D.
C, or D?
D.
Okay, let's scroll down. A is for faster speed. B, less taxing for the eyes. C, easier to hold. Or D, better clarity. Which do you think would be the more important need and one I would emphasize? Because you know advertisement is very short. Most people don't stay very long, so you cannot. I force you to watch a very long one. Okay, usually you have to be short and short. Which one would be the need and one you emphasize on? That's called value proposition. Okay, no right answer of course, but which one would you choose? How would you try to sell?
姐，你告诉我是不是 D？
Because there's so many phones out there.
我给你2倍速一
So
下。
many brands. All of them say they are just as good. Okay, so what makes this special and unique? Okay, so let's take a look. Let's see how many people respond. Okay, 50% of it. Okay, so do you agree that true? I agree totally with you that I would not emphasize too much on the texting for the eyes, easier to hold, things like that. I would focus more on the speed and the clarity. I won't make mistake and send the wrong message to the wrong person. I will, you know, like normal phone. What's the problem? Whenever I have a message coming in, I got to close this, open that, and then go to this. And sometimes I need to copy something from here to here. I don't know, it never works. Okay, I have to try copy, and then cannot copy. I have to memorize whatever speed number to read over. But do you agree if I have a big gigantic screen that allow 3 apps at the same time, I can just move things. I'm going to be so much more productive when I work on a phone like that. The key selling point that makes a typical phone different from a phone, which allows me to open up and become a tablet.
卡了，宝，卡了。
But if you have a tablet and a phone, you know, connectivity is not always fantastic. You can't do it easily. This one you can.
又卡了。唉，冷死。
Whatever you need to do, you can just move from one to the other. For work, even it costs $3,000, I can get my money back, which was shown in that video. Okay, alright. And for everyone, next one. That's called value proposition. So highlight. So in the room chat. Okay, which is the value proposition here? What are they trying to sell to? Can I have a few people in the room chat? Who else can I sell to? A bit more specialized group, but that means it's not for work only, it's also for play. Gamers. Gamers spend a lot of money on games, but they also spend a lot of money on a device like that. Why? Because it will work. On the go, anywhere they are, they can actually continue to play. Okay, I realized that recently because I was in Bangkok. My daughter was playing some live game.
你好好学习，我们进进出出就好了，你不要太奇怪行吗？
And she said, hey, you know, if the Wi-Fi is not very good, her character dies very fast. And I must make sure that it's very clear, very nice, very good. So do you agree people who spend a lot of money on games,
我的 iPad 不是我的手机要没电了，不是我的电脑要没电了。
Maybe I should have different variety for different groups. Don't include everything all in one. Okay? So these are the kind of things we want you to do. Okay, but let's do one last one. Okay, who else need these features? What is this picture about?
什么？
Another fairly niche group, but they would spend money to take lots of beautiful photos. Who are these?
网红，偶
哇
像，
social influencers.
对对对，就是
What
我，
are social
就是我。
influencers? Those people who have a big social following. Everywhere they go, they need to take beautiful pictures and post it up, right? And edit it and do a lot of things. Do you agree?
对对对
This
对对对对
part of their,
对
in a way,
对
their hobby or their job, they would be able to earn the money back.
哎，网红还有一个
If
说
these
法，
features are really
网红还有一个说法，
So it depends
很
on
好
the
的家是
target
什么？
market. Do you agree that depending on which target market you go after, you should decide which
有没有人知
features
道
is
网红还有一个什么说法
better
呢
include into your？
不
phone.
要写缩写，我写的
The
不缩
problem is,
写。
I think Samsung included all the features.
No no no
in
no
one
no
phone.
no no no。
But I don't may not need all the
那个
features.
Rosie 说对
I
了
may use it for
，Internet
different
celebrity。
purposes.
对对。
If that's the case, if they have different phone,
啦啦
different
啦
features for
啦
different
啦
group, do you agree maybe it will cost a
但是
lot
我
less?
呢是爱豆。
And maybe they can sell more of it. Right now, how many of you own a Samsung phone? It's been around since 2019. Samsung phone, anyone? Just not Coca-Cola, okay? Coca-Cola only got 3 or 4. Samsung phone, only 1. Why? Because it is actually, maybe you have too many features in one phone which half the time I don't use. And it costs so much.
什么这啥？这是网课。
Maybe we could have different variety for different group and break it up. Do you agree that's another possible new product concept? Got it?
嗯，
So I don't need all the features. I don't need to pay so much. That's the concept. Okay? Alright?
好
So
的。
the idea is, okay, so would you, if it costs about 3,888, let's do one last
好
poll.
吧。
Would you buy or not?
你们会买吗？老师问我了。
Yes, if you are a big smile.
No,
it's no way. Okay, I won't spend so much money. I'm better off getting something else. Okay, so you tell me. They have introduced it since 2019.
我这头发
But yet, all the other competitors have not come up with their version, even though there's rumors
乱
that they
七
will come
八
up.
糟。
They have not. Why not? Simply because actually majority of consumers out there is say I don't need a phone that has so many features and cost so much.
确实，
It's not good.
我根本就不需要
I for
这么
one
多功能，给
don't
我
use
干嘛
most of the features.
呢？
I don't play games.
哎，对呀、
Okay, I
我不 play
quite
game
hopeless
呀
at social media. I don't like take pictures because I'm not photogenic.
哦，
Okay,
为
and
什
I
么我要
use it
拍
for
照
very
片
basic.
呢？
So I don't need such good phone. You give me for free, can I take and try for a while, then I probably sell on Carousel for a good value and go buy myself a cheaper one. Okay,
嗯，
because
对呀。
it's not really important to pack all the features into one. The more features you pack in, the more expensive it becomes. So can y'all, part of the hint I'm trying to tell you for CA2, go for good value
怎么
proposition.
有人在用英文跟我说话？
Okay?
不，
Alright,
不必
okay.
不必，
Okay,
不
good.
必不必。
So, the
我是
concept
中国
behind
人，
it
我是
is,
中国赢。
the
我是中国
idea
赢。
is to actually look for a good phone, okay? That is worth the money. So majority said no, right? I think. Okay, so the
快下课了。
concept is very simple. Don't go for the cheapest product out there, which is actually what we call production concept. Don't be like Samsung phone. Sell as hard as possible, all the features. It looks nice, but do I really need it? A lot of consumers say, no, I may not. For some people, yes, the salesperson, the gamer, professional gamer, the social influencers out there say, okay, that feature is so good, I think I'll still buy. But for a lot of other people, not worth it, okay? So don't use cheapest price. Don't promote as hard as possible. Go for a product concept means add as many features as possible. Is that also the best strategy? No. What's the best strategy? Marketing concept, which is find out what's the need in one of your customers. Figure, is that also the best strategy? No. What's the best strategy? Marketing concept, which is find out what's the need in one of your customers. Figure out what they need, what they want. Maybe we could take out some features that are not important, put in those that are important. That's how you can redesign a product. And for some who are environmentally friendly, okay, fine. Let's include some maybe green consciousness, use some kind of green materials, material that lasts longer, things like that. Maybe you could do that. That's called societal marketing. Okay? So, this is a description of what we call the various concepts. do go read out your module book where the details are there. Alright, so we are saying don't go for just lowest price. The best is marketing or societal marketing concept. Like for example, do you agree that Courts, I think, always use low price? Not always the best strategy. We don't always buy low price every item. Some items, yes. And if I want lower price, I might as well go buy second hand, even lower. So don't overuse only low price and pricing as a strategy because it sometimes fails. Okay? And the other one is I want you all to realize that we need to look at the latest trend. Singapore especially, we like high-tech products. We are very into latest development. So it is okay to sell to Singaporeans because most of us do like. I think China is even ahead of us. The robotics that they use is incredible nowadays, right? So I think you need to understand social cultural trends, which is what we're going to cover next lesson. Okay? Then the other thing, of course, is understanding the marketing landscape. So this next lesson will cover marketing environment and consumer behavior. We'll cover about technological change, social cultural change, economic changes, things like that. Okay? So all this we will go in depth. And do you agree that one of the things is, for example, identifying the right target market? So you're going to watch this YouTube link. Okay? Next lesson, let's test how many people watch it. Okay? I want you to identify the target market, who they are going after, and come in with some response. I'm going to do Mentimeter, okay? So that way, y'all don't have to acknowledge your name. We're going to do this next lesson. Little bit of homework for you to go and do some research on YouTube. Tell me more about Amore Fitness and what makes them different. What makes them unique? How good is their placing? How good is their pricing? What kind of products or fitness kind of classes do they have? And what do they offer? Okay? So I sort of get a feedback as to whether you understand the initial concept. Okay? And why is fitness instead doing well during the COVID situation, or negative or positive impact? Okay? Okay, so a little bit of homework for you to do a YouTube video. So the link is there. Okay, go watch it and tell me what did they do. Okay? Okay? And I have a little summary here to help you think through. But is this still correct? What do you find interesting about Amore Fitness? Okay? Okay? Alright, so I get you all to key in your response for me. Okay, so next lesson, I'll also do this kind of exercise with you. Alright, some of this exercise to get you all to think through how to apply this to the products, analysis of products out there. Okay? So next lesson, I will actually be going through. Okay? So next lesson, I will actually be going through.
No. 好了。
Next lesson, I will actually be going through. So I'll go through some of this exercise with you next lesson. So we can actually apply to different products. So next lesson is on marketing environment. At the end of lesson, take note. I do need your, okay, for those of you asking for a link, actually the SM library, you just go to Google link.
这下课了，宝儿们。那个啥呀，有一个东西呀， 有个东西啊，我们老师呢没有展开说，让我很迷惑。那个东西叫做，完了，我甚至都忘了那叫什么了。什么 segment？ 让我钱找一下，稍等，钱找一下啊！对对对 ，segmentation。哦，找到了，我找到了。好了，他说是在 topic 4的时候展开讨论。
With their hobby or their job, they would be able to earn the money back.
好了。
Okay. So all this library, okay, and then what you do is go to online databases and see. It is black color. This wasn't the pen I attached. Anyone?
爸爸六！Hello， 友友们。下课了，困了。明天继续。我电脑从来不关机，你知道吗？感觉对我电脑伤害很大呀。我现在得关机了。不辛苦，这有什么好辛苦的？你们比较辛苦啦，你们听得很辛苦啦。有作业吗？好像有，但是我刚刚就自动忽略了。好好写作业。别搞笑了，又我写又不是你们写，累的是我。真的是，说的跟真的一样，又不是我写，不对，又不是你们写，你们有不有本事帮我写下？给你们看看我今天记的笔记，非常的多，非常那个。我今天非常努力，各位。想看的扣音，不想看的，好吧，这么多人想看啊，其实，那我有点害羞啊，那我就有点害羞了你。我记到哪里去了？再看看啊！天哪，太努力了吧！太努力了吧！真是被努力到了。好，谢谢大家夸夸 ，Thank you， 谢谢 Lumos 的礼物 ，Thank you。啥？没看清。比汉字写的好滚，谢谢西兰花配大米饭，谢谢宝贝小秘书的蹦迪 ，Thank you， 谢谢啊，假期过长版的礼物 ，Thank you， 明天跟你一起边听边看我直播啊，看啥？你听你上课吗？谢谢樱花豆腐，谢谢许飞死有没有人因为我然后被激励到了？那太好了，那就祝大家多被我激励一下。谢谢一只核桃脆的礼物。有没有人明天要好好学习的？一定有。谢谢宝贝小秘书的礼物。有被激励到，明天 就学。那你们这个激励一般就是不会时间太久的。谢谢落面，就是明天就是非常的努力，后天就不行了。我就是这样的。谢谢樱花豆腐的礼物。哦，放假了哦，你们放假了哦，我没有放假。你们学习的时候我在学习，我在放假，所以我们反过来的。明天就去读研英语，倒也不至于吧？你这有点太快，太临时了。提前4年开始考研，别把我幽默死行吗？你觉得你自己很幽默吗？好吧，确实有点幽默。1学期是3个月。谢谢陈莹光，谢谢美少女放的屁。提前3年？什么提前3年啊？本来就是提前3年备考高中的好吗？人家就是从高1都开始上各种补习班，卷死了。你也要好好卷起来哦。今天开英语教学课不喽？你说谁开啊？你让谁开啊？你不会让我开吧？你别搞笑了。建议你去下载一个百词斩去背一下单词。我讲出听我做不到这件事情，我可什么榜一有个丑狗在看着我呢，有点恐怖啊！这个狗，酸奶，丑死了！这个头像，丑死了！啥？我不是啊？我不是用的不背吗？我手机上是百词斩 ，iPad 上是不背单词，因为 iPad 可以写英文，单词。给你们看一下啊，给你们浅看一下吧。纯有点小困了啊，给你们看一下吧。哎呀，这个软件真的应该给我一些广告，有没有同感的？让我帮他们打一下广告，然后给我一点儿 money。不行，我一定要把这段背完，我才能给你们看那个写的。
Mission. Scheme. Scheme. Draft. Arise. Superior. Flexible. Dictate. Crude. Mature. Addition. Mission. Accumulate. Sheer.
Success is not achieved by sheer luck.
这啥意思啊？纯粹的。
Journey.
等一下，各位，我稍等，我在立刻刷题，然后给你们看那个。
Scheme. Advanced. Dictate. Superior. Sheer.
我给你们转过来一起，行不行啊？这什么玩意儿？哎，怎么是倒过来的？今天让你们有点头疼了哦，各位，对吧？镜面了吧
Sheer. Addition. Crude.
Conflict.
Journey. Mission. Current. Advance.
Arise.
Conservative.
Sheer.
Dictate.
就是这个，哎呀妈呀，就这个拼写啊，只有这个软件能有拼写，这是我上次刷的一个小红书上。哎呀，完了，我忘记积累是什么了，是不是 accumulate 呀？完了，一整个忘记，我不太确定啊，可能不是 accumulate， 哎，是啥来着？是不是 accumulate 啊？ 哦，是 accumulate。
accumulate。
哎，反正就是这么一个情况，就是可以写，各位可以写啊，很厉害。哎，大家可以去那个一下，叫做不背单词。好，大家真厉害，给大家鼓掌哦，大家真聪明。然后它显示是绿色，就是正确的。然后呢，你可以把它划掉，它就剪切。然后呢，比如说你写一个错误的，你给它写个错误的，对吧？然后它就会，哎，哦，因为刚刚已经正确了，给你们展示一下。如果错误的话呢，比如说我写个错误的，对不对？好。哦，它就红了，然后它就会把正确的一个这个下面的会告诉你，然后呢，你需要把刚刚那个划掉，然后把正确的写好就好啦。大家是不是很棒呢？哇，真的很棒哦！好，那是当然的喽，还可以在上面画一个爱心，什么9 Q。反正这是一个爱心，好了，那么 over， 给它转回来，哎呀，再给它给倒回来，哎，怎么倒回来着啊？就是如此啦，感觉好用，其实也不是特别好用，就是我以前用的特别多，现在都已经不用了。好了，退出。这么晚了，背什么单词？别把我困死！还退出不了。
Superior。
算了，直接走吧。好了，什么？看起来很精神的样子啊？那是我装的。哎呀，我发际线没有变更。我走了，各位，我走了，886。我要去洗澡了，我要去洗澡了。哎呀，我的瘦脸都掉了。好，我走了，去洗澡了，886。